Week 3 of the 4th season of Play More is finally here, and this week we're taking on the Seattle Sigilyphs, coached by Dashing Sceptile. This week we do have a bit of a change in the booth as Tyler is on a 1-week suspension. Somebody put a very big bet on the Clefable kill over, which was not expected with those big 4 kills last week, so we have Mikey replacing him for 1 week.
It's an honor to be here, John. I'm not here to comment on the allegations of my predecessor, but I look forward to proving myself worthy of the starting position. Just having a nice, fun substitute for 1 week.
Taking a look at the standings, we are 2-0 on the season, and after that big win have climbed up to 3rd place, which is amazing. And our opponent, on the other hand, is 0-2 all the way down in 15th place. And that makes this a trap game, very easy to underlook an 0-2 opponent and just get absolutely destroyed. We can't underestimate them. And when we look at the team that they have, Mikey, this is a terrifying team. I'm expecting a very exciting match.
Yeah, absolutely. I see some famous, really good Pokemon like Garchomp, Greninja. Hoopa Unbound is insane, but I'm most interested in Pecharunt. This Pokemon's been here for less than a year, never been legal in the mainline competitive circuit, and it's got some insane stuff it can do. A move with a 50% chance to poison, and then if it does that, the enemy Pokemon is also confused. I'm worried it's going to be a nightmare.
I don't want to think too much about that thing until I need to. I would rather look at the team that Ben brought, as this is going to be a very fun, hyper-offensive week. We're once again seeing offensive Clefable. Another reason the other commentator may be suspended this week. But most exciting with this team, Blastoise with Shell Smash. Really hope we see that. But if you want to know more about the team Ben is bringing, the full extended team builder is linked in the description below. But for now, let's see what our opponent actually brought. Okay, Mikey, let's see what the opponent brought. I'm expecting some big threats. I'm seeing big threats, but I don't see Vikavolt, and that means no sticky webs, which is very huge for so many of the Pokemon on our team. And it should mean that Ben is leading off with Darkrai, which is nice to note. But excitingly, Mikey, I don't know if you knew this, there is a brand new Bubby in the store. Limited edition to celebrate the PM7 channel hitting 1 million subscribers. This little guy is only going to be around for a few weeks, so you got to snag him while you can. Mikey, I'm sure you've ordered 37 by now.
I ordered 1. I'm very excited about the 1. And I also used code 1million to get 10% off, not only the plushie, but 10% off the rest of the store, which I did not buy because I had already bought everything else in the store prior to this.
And this is why we love them. But now it's time to get into the battle, get serious. This is going to be a fun battle with the team.
Did he name the frog Bubby?
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's... I lost my whole train of thought.
That is messed up.
Not only did he name it Bubby, they sniped this. Ben was gonna draft the Greninja. I mean, I did maybe want the Darkrai, but we don't need to think about that too much. Ben was gonna get the Greninja. This team drafted it before we could, and now it really is a battle between what we wanted and what we ended up getting. This switch does make a lot of sense. I'm sure Ben is expecting a U-turn at this point. And I actually really like this because Clefable, as we saw last week, Mikey, can be pretty offensive.
Yep, yes indeed. Do we take the name Bubby as like an homage, as a compliment, or as an affront, as a theft?
I think it really depends on the set this Greninja is. If this thing's meant to finish us, that is, it couldn't be worse, Michael. But if it's just going to be a pivot Pokemon and they're starting off with it's not going to last too long, I think it's a nice homage. We'll have to see. But what I do know is this Pokemon is infuriating. It was infuriating when it was introduced. It's infuriating now. I'm expecting an Iron Head. And if we don't get flinched, we're doing a lot of damage.
It does have Serene Grace, though, so higher chance to flinch than normal.
Ooh.
Interesting.
This is
I like
why,
that the doll floats now.
I do like that as well. And this right here, this is why the coach is over there. He's not going to be scared out by an Iron Head or a flinch. He knows he can't let this Jirachi set up in front of us. I really like that play. And the question now is this a Calm Mind Jirachi? What item does it have? Because I didn't see leftovers.
It's a special Jirachi.
which probably means Calm Mind, but Life Orb Flamethrower.
Oh, burn? Oh, that would have been cool.
So close. I hope Tyler did not take the over for Clefable kills this game, as it's not looking great. But I would say this is a pretty worthy, trade-off, 1v1. If we lose the Clefable, that's fine. This Jirachi is pretty much done. At this point, it can go for Wish, but not if we stay in Flamethrower.
Absolutely.
So I really, really like this start of the battle. And even if we do lose Clefable here, it's going to allow us to bring in one of our really scary Pokemon for free. Maybe the Zamazenta to break through the team. Maybe the Darkrai to just try to nuke something. I really like this. Okay.
Interesting. I guess accounting for a switch, knew it would kill either way.
I think both coaches did that, interestingly enough, as there was the Moonblast from Ben. We see the Psychic there, which is kind of interesting, as we do have Darkrai. The Darkrai switch would have been crazy in that spot, but now we can bring in Cheeks, and I think Coach Ben wants to get Spikes out for free.
I believe I saw in the notes to brief me that they don't have a way to get rid of Spikes, or Spikes are likely permanent, but he didn't go for it. He's just going for the Earth Power.
Yeah, I actually kind of like that here. The Jirachi stayed in last time. It doesn't really have a lot of use long term. So that was a really good play. Get rid of this thing. The coach was going to sacrifice that. I'm sure that was the prediction. That was the reality. And now it's going to be difficult for the coach to bring something in to really, really threaten us. Usually you'd want to bring in Garchomp, but with our air balloon, we're at least safe for one turn, at least from the ground move. So it will be interesting to see.
By KOing the Jirachi there, instead of setting up Spikes, you make it so you preserve that very valuable air balloon.
Absolutely. I do wonder what the switch is going to be here. I don't know. What are you thinking, Mikey?
It occurs to me that Greninja is a water type, and of course, Sandy Shocks is weak to water, and there is the Greninja. Now, forgive my ignorance, I do not know which of these is faster. I think it's Greninja, but I'm not certain because I don't know anything about Sandy Shocks. Sandy Cheeks, excuse me.
Yeah, thank you. I was going to get a little upset. You corrected it. You're good. Greninja is faster. Now, Ben could try to make a big prediction predicting the U-turn. Like if the opponent U-turns predicting we're going to switch, trying to get a little, bit of like a nice pivot there. It could be nice to go for an attacking move. There could just be the easy water move as well. It depends on how aggressive our coach wants to be here. But if we're confident we could live one move, it may be worth just staying in.
It seems like that's what he's leaning toward.
Okay. And it is the water move.
Okay.
Do we live? Yes, we do!
Oh!
Wow. Okay.
Spike time!
Now, this is going to be very, very massive for the Blastoise in the back to potentially be able to clean up. This is just going to get a little bits of chip on every single Pokemon on the team. We do still have Sandy Cheeks for later. Pretty easy switch now into the Gyarados. And it really puts our opponent in a little bit of a wonky spot. They can't be switching around all over the place. They need to make sure whatever they bring in has a purpose. And if they stay in and surf here, I'm feeling really, really good getting big fish out here.
Absolutely. But is there a possibility it goes for Dark Pulse? Oh, there's the surf. Fantastic. Great switch.
I wouldn't be shocked if this was choice locked in. And if it is choice locked, that would be a huge problem for the opponent. If not, I mean, we are scarfed here. Now it's prediction time for our coach. Does he want to Terra up here? Does he want to keep that water typing to switch in on surfs on the Greninja? Or pull the double into Blackbeard? Oh, this is something he talked to us about, Mikey, to get excited about the doubles. And I love to see it early on. This is our nuke here, Mikey. Oh, I want this to pay off so badly.
Is there worry about it not being choice locked and doing a U-turn?
A little bit. A little bit. That was a good call from you. I don't know if our coach was fully expecting that. Maybe he was expecting some of the choice sets, like I said earlier. But it will be nice to see exactly what is brought in on the Darkrai. It's probably Conkeldurr. But if we can get rid of that thing, this game gets a lot easier. So I don't really mind it getting brought in.
Conkeldur's very scary.
It is very scary. Chuck's got to be Conkeldurr, but it is going to take a little spikes damage, and that is going to rack up, as this is almost definitely going to be Assault Vest or Flame Orb, something where it's not going to be gaining a lot of HP outside of Drain Punch, and I don't think Ben's going to give our opponent many chances to go for free Drain Punches.
Can Conkeldurr learn Mach Punch?
Unfortunately, yes. Machamp cannot, which always hurt my feelings, and then they made this silly clown, and he used Mach Punch. So...
Is there concern for a Mach Punch doing enough to just KO outright on this first turn?
Possibly. I think, as we're seeing, Ben just wants to get rid of Cheeks, bring something in for free. You know, like, don't mess around here with whatever Conkeldurr's gonna do, and not allow it to heal up too much with a Drain Punch. You know, either way, Drain Punch, Mach Punch, you don't have to worry. There's a reason you have a Pokemon like that in the back, so you can get this free play into whatever you want to bring in. So I really do like this turn, and it will give us some good information on what this Conkeldurr wants to do. And there we do see the Drain Punch.
Okay. They were anticipating being outsped and taking a big hit, but not dying.
Yep, absolutely. And that's why getting more and more damage on this thing is going to be so essential. Once it's gone, Darkrai just absolutely blasts holes into this team. And at this point, what wants to switch in to the Terra Blast from Flying Gyarados, Mikey? I know they got Petrant. I know they do have Garchomp, but come on, this thing is gonna hit like a nuke.
Yes, I'm very excited. As a connoisseur of creatures of the sky, it is unfortunate that Gyarados and Fish lost Bounce in Gen 9, which feels kind of ridiculous. But we see the withdraw here. Something's taking this Terra Blast. Scourge.
Ooh! I love that for us.
Yeah, because Terra Blast goes with attack or special attack, whatever's higher. It's definitely attack for a Gyarados. And Hoopa Unbound has significantly worse physical bulk than special.
Yeah, unless I'm incorrect, I feel like Gyarados like barely outspeeds Hoopa as well. He has 81 to 80. So we
also
should
have the Choice Scarf regardless.
We're right. Well, and Hoopa may have the Choice Scarf as well. So, oh, we just killed! Nice! Let's go! Wow. We bring you on for one battle, and a creature of the sky immediately gets a big kill. That's kind of wild.
Man, Big Fish has Moxie.
Wow. Okay. That's what you love to see. Now, we were ready for a defensive Garchomp with Rocky Helmet, but I am shocked that that was not the switch in. Maybe they were worried of the ice coverage here. But man, oh man, does that feel good to get that huge threat out of the way. I mean, our opponent's offense is now Greninja and the Conkeldurr for the rest of the battle.
They also don't have any proof yet that we're choiced, right?
No, they don't. Ooh, okay.
They might have Rock Slide.
I do think you have to stay in here. I don't think we have a switch in.
Yeah, I mean, we're choiced,
yeah.
So, okay, yeah, this may not kill, but it should, well, we're at +1.
It's gonna do a lot. Oh!
Okay, alrighty.
Oh.
A berry.
Oh. Okay, nice.
Oh, huh. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, that's unsurprising. But big damage there.
No, absolutely. And here is a really, really interesting spot for our coach. Now, I think it's probably a little early to try to set up and sweep with Blastoise, but you could bring in Blackbeard here, make the prediction in a Conkeldurr, and go for the Psyshock. Now, you could also just go straight for the Dark Pulse, get a lot of damage on. You don't want to make it too easy for the Conkeldurr switch in. But I mean, every Pokemon we can bring in can take out the Garchomp or scare it out. This is the most pivotal point of the battle for us. Our coach has to be confident with whatever he does. Ice Beam could also be a pretty free play as well. I mean, really anything he wants to go for with the Darkrai is going to be safe and powerful. Just comes down to how much of a prediction do you want to make. Mikey, what would you do in this spot? Like, how big of a prediction would you like to make here?
I like the Psyshock play. With the choice specs, I feel like we can KO from this range, and if they do the Conkeldurr pivot, which is on paper the best counter to Darkrai, that could hugely pay off.
Yeah. It could be max defensive Garchomp, so I'm not entirely sure on the calc here.
I bet that's what he's doing right now.
Yep. Okay, I've brought up Psyshock, you've brought up Psyshock, the coach is on Psyshock.
But now he's on Dark Pulse.
He's back to the safe play. Making a safe play here is not a bad thing. They stay in. Yep.
Excellent, excellent.
Yep.
I'm guessing Psyshock would not have KO'd.
Well, and even if it did, right? Like you really you show off your cards, right? They stay in. Even if it did kill, now they know that we have Psyshock for this. And hey, maybe they already expect that, but it's not a bad thing to keep in, your back pocket at this point. Pokemon can be so difficult. You really have no idea what to expect from an opponent. Are they going to make this crazy prediction? Is their crazy prediction expecting you to like over predict so they make the safe play? Like there's so many layers. And for that reason, sometimes cut through all of that, do the safe play, get rid of the threat. Now it is a 3v3 battle, and I like our 3 a lot more than their 3.
This is the unfortunate part. He gets all of his health back here, because I can't afford to switch. Ideally, we get a flinch here.
Oh, just the Dark Pulse straight up? Maybe hoping for a flinch?
Okay.
Well,
I'm not entirely sure why Ben went for that. I would have to imagine the biggest reason was either just a general prediction, which makes sense, or B, wanting to bring this thing in safely, which does make a lot of sense. Now that we have this in, we're going to get the defense boost. We do have max HP. Maybe Coach wants to go for a Howl here and try to break through right now. And then if that doesn't work, we have the Blastoise in the end. Regardless, this is going to be an explosive ending, Mikey. This is exciting.
I am excited. I'm interested to see how much damage the Conkeldurr can do to Zamazenta. We see that the Conkeldurr is certainly not a Flame Orb. It's not burned. Likely Assault Vest, I think we discussed.
Yep.
Which Zamazenta doesn't really have to worry about.
Not at all.
So we are going to go for the setup. He withdraws. He doesn't go for the fighting move.
Okay. And this right here is why Ben was okay sacrificing the Darkrai. Bringing this thing in safely is so important, as this could be a win con. We can't get... Wait, we can't get... I'm not losing my mind. We can't get poisoned, of course, right?
I believe
we're steel type,
yeah.
right? The two dogs, I get so confused. What is fairy, what is steel?
He howls again!
Yep. I mean, we're not getting poisoned. We're not getting... Oh. We're not getting
about
confused.
to see some rollout?
Okay.
Attrition has, like, bad stats and everything except physical defense, and now it's at +1.
I don't think I've ever seen that. Like, both legendary Pokemon had to go for a weaker setup move just because they don't have any better options. That is so bizarre. Huh. But the reason I was worried about our typing with Zamazenta is when you get to this point in the battle, Mikey, you're really just figuring out what could go wrong. And while what I said was foolish and stupid and silly, we saw Defense Curl on the other side. I was never predicting Defense Curl in a million years. And now we know what could go wrong? Attrition, I mean, maybe Body Press? Does it learn Body Press?
I have no idea. I'd be surprised considering it is a little baby.
It does have Recover. I think our opponent is just trying to make us cry. I think they want us to cry real tears.
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling like that.
Okay. I'm looking through the moves, and I think this thing is just supposed to be as annoying as possible and prevent us from winning with Blossom.
Well, it's working so far.
Yeah, it is very unfortunate.
I'm tickled that we have these two late-gen legendary Pokemon using early-game moves like Howl and Defense Curl. The opponent's taking a long time to decide whether to do another Defense Curl.
Yeah, he is. I'm like very deep in my own head. This usually doesn't happen, but how many heavy slams do we have?
I want to say it's quite a few.
Okay.
Yeah, we have 16.
Okay.
Are we just crit banking at this point?
I mean, There's only so many recovers, right? Recover was the dinged. It doesn't, yeah, it only has what, 8 PP. So
Yes.
we should be able to win this battle of attrition. And I don't know how they're going to get any damage on us, so I'm really perplexed of what the opponent is doing. I assume they have some sort of plan of how they could win in the end. Right now, it just kind of seems like it's a tactic to kind of waste time.
Yeah.
Okay, Nightshade. Okay, there it is.
Okay, that bypasses the defense.
Yep. Okay.
Ooh, and that does more. Well, it does about equivalent to what our Heavy Slam does.
Yep. All right, we're just one crit away. One crit away from probably just winning this battle, but enough Nightshades could put it into range to Mach Punch. But even then, I don't know because we have the defense boost. We just got to get a crit here, Mikey. I need your luck.
A crit ends it.
I need to shake the luck out of you, man. Are you like? Do you have any luck in you? Can you shake around? Can you do something over there?
I think I do. I'm shaking around.
This better work, Mikey. That is my only strategy. I have no other things. I don't know what can work. The coach looks stressed. We need this to work out. Dang it, Mikey. Dang it, Mikey. Dang it, Mikey. It's okay. They're using another recover. They only have so many. They're giving us so many chances to crit and kill them.
We're increasing our chances every time. I'd like it to go in our favor for once. Of course, when I brought this on last year, we lost. So that's great.
We are a pretty historically unlucky team in draft, which is a little unfortunate in a spot here that is really making luck necessary.
Oh, no. Well, it didn't kill us. We have another crit chance.
They're giving us so many chances to get this crits. Comes down to this. It all comes down to this. All right. The wind is out of my sails. I was flying high with the Terra Gyarados. We had the flying man. But you know what, Mikey? This is the Pokemon I came seeded for. I got dressed up. I was excited. Blastoise. I was considering putting little cannons on my back. I didn't have any cannons lying around. I didn't know how to make like cosplay cannons. That's not in my my skill sets. But you know what, Mikey? Shell Smash, pew pew pew, win win win. Thoughts?
Thoughts good if work.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. Now,
my main concern is
yes.
like, is this thing just gonna like go for a poison move and then poison us and then confuse us and then sad us?
Almost definitely. But we might be able to kill with a Surf at this range, prevent all of that nonsense, and then Shell Smash next turn.
It's got 10 seconds to decide.
All right, we Shell Smash now.
Okay.
No poison. No
faster.
poison. No poison. No poison. Don't ruin my life. My life is hanging by a thread. Don't do it to me. Don't do it to me, little guy. Don't do it to me. No one likes you. No one even knows who you are. You're a little berry guy.
You're a little berry guy. Nobody knows who you are.
Ah!
No poison?
Ah!
Okay!
Woo! We're back in it! Okay, we didn't get the crit, but they didn't get the 50% chance to poison and confuse and ruin my happiness. So you know what? Doesn't really fully work out in the end, but we have a chance, and that's all you need.
We now outspeed everything left.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. Now, we do have a most likely Assault Vest Conkeldurr to deal with, and we do have a Greninja to deal with, but we're going to get at least one kill with Blastoise, and that is something to celebrate. We take small wins before we hopefully march towards the big win.
Yep. I'm so glad to see that thing die.
Yeah, that was awful. Defense curl Petrant. That's good
little
prep.
berry.
I do not love that there are people in this world that think in their brain defense curl Petrant. Very smart.
But it worked. The little berry
good.
beat the shield legendary in the defense battle.
It worked. It was smart. Upsets me. I think I could be upset. I think it's good prep. They can work together. Now that's your pal Chuck. I'm gonna need you to say mean things about Chuck.
Chuck, you're hideous.
There we go. All right, that's what I needed. All right, now Chuck. Just devastated.
Can we kill from here? It's gonna be really important too. Oh no. Oh God. Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, no, Yeah, notice how I didn't try to provide commentary. I just asked you to insult Conkeldurr. It's
You knew we didn't kill. Okay, well.
Yeah, back in the early days of old me doing draft league, Conkeldurr was a really big part of the team. That thing does not die, and oftentimes it's at the end of the game doing that. I'm sad we couldn't bring you on for a win, Mikey. I don't want anyone to think you were bad luck. Remember, Terraflying Gyarados, you were here for that. That was very exciting.
That was pretty cool.
But after a game like this, it makes what we're doing next even more important. We will be having a press conference as our next video. Our coach is going to be fielding a bunch of questions, so ask anything you want about this battle, week 2, week 1, our draft, anything Playmore related, and a lot of those questions will be answered. And stay tuned, as we will also have our week 4 battle next week as well. Thank you guys so much for the support. Thank you, Mikey, for being incredible, and we will see you guys in the next video.
Don't forget to get your bubbies!